Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this Chakra Flow class. Last week of classes until the new year, in case you hadn't seen that information. So I'll be teaching through to Saturday, but then nothing until January the 4th, except for workshops. So we've been working over the last 6 weeks through all the energy vortices or chakras, starting with the earth root chakra at the base of our spine, the Muladhara, coming up to the Svadhisthana chakra in the pelvis, the lower belly, water element, to the Manipura fire element chakra, sense of our personal potential around the area of the solar plexus, into the heart space with the element of air and this sense of love and compassion, into the throat, our ability to speak clearly, to speak our clear voice, the element of ether, which is what we worked on last week. And as we come up, as I've said week upon week, we become more and more subtle in terms of the energetic realms that we're working with. And today we're going to actually have a really fun flow which brings all the chakras into play. The remaining chakras, if we were to really focus on them, are the Ajna chakra. It's like the third eye behind the eyes into the brain. And actually it's not really an element. This chakra is associated with the mind, with a clarity of mind and insight. And then to the very crown of the head, the Sahasrara, which is 1,000 petals and is associated with complete spaciousness, indescribable, ineffable, everywhere and nowhere in particular. And the hope is that as we align the chakras and we work through each one in succession, that we come about this sense of meditative calm and spaciousness. But today, it's a slightly different flavour, if you like, to the classes of the other weeks. There's less discipline, there's less focus. We're going to flow through the whole lot, and I hope it will be lovely. So if you'd like to come to lying flat on your backs, please. Legs extended, arms by your sides. Taking a few moments to just arrive and settle in the body. Lovely to see you all tonight. Take a few moments to notice how your body and your breath maybe are an expression of how your day has been, or maybe your week so far. And not holding on to that, simply observing and allowing yourself to drop. Becoming very soft in the face. Very heavy in the whole body as you drop into the surface beneath you. And if you like an Ujjayi breath, you could bring a gentle constriction to the back of your throat and settle into that ocean wash of a breath. And if it's relevant for you, asking yourself what you would really love from this practice tonight. What quality do you want to honour? What do you maybe want to leave with, to take off your mat into your evening, into the rest of your week? And then on the next breath in, lifting your arms up over your head and stretching from your fingers to your toes. And breathing out, using your hands to draw your right knee in towards you. Push through the left heel. And breathing in, extend arms over the head. Point your toes. And exhale, left knee comes in towards you. Push through your right heel. Find a rhythm. Inhale, extend. Exhale, right knee in. Push through the left heel. Inhale, extend. Really point your toes. Exhale, left knee, push through your right heel. Inhale, extend. Are you breathing ujjayi maybe? It's not necessary if you don't know what it is or don't want to. Exhale, bring in your right knee to stay now. And really encourage that left heel away as you explore a little in the right hip. So we're not staying still. You can draw the knee over to the left, out to the right. Maybe little circles. How are you doing in your right hip? Feel it. How are you doing in your right buttock? And then taking any movement circles in the opposite direction. And at some point, bringing your right knee in towards you, maybe even taking your right forearm over the shin to draw the knee a little bit further in towards your right armpit. As you push through the left heel, breathe. Soften the face. Soften the throat. Take a full breath in. And as you breathe out, lift your head to your knee. And breathe in here. And then breathe out, release the head. Slide the leg away. Take a moment to feel the body. Breathing in, arms over your head, extend through your fingers and your toes, and breathe out, left knee comes in towards you to stay. Pushing through the right heel, and having a little bit of a stir, and move from side to side, to really feel into the left hip, the left buttock. Really soften the lips. And if you're stirring in one direction, stir in the opposite direction. Breathe and enjoy it. Until at some point you draw your knee further in towards your left armpit. You push a little bit more through your right heel. Maybe take the left forearm over the shin. Nice and long in the back of your neck. Feel into it. And incidentally, there's lots of people coming on Sunday to this introductory day, but there's plenty of space more. I've just put the schedule together, sent out the syllabus. So anyone who just fancies coming along, just to have a little nosy, please get in touch. It'd be lovely to have you there for the foundation course. Take a full breath in. And exhale, lift your head towards your knee. And take another breath in. And now release the head, the leg along the mat. Feel the whole body. Notice your breath. On the next breath in, lift your arms over your head again. Stretch fingers to your toes. But as you breathe out, you're going to draw yourself into a tight little package. Hold onto your feet. Lift your head towards your knees, if that's okay for your neck. And then breathe in. Extend the whole body. We need core strength here. And exhale, draw in, lovely tight little package. So good for the spine. One more time, inhale. And exhale. And in this package, take 3 breaths. Really compact. One more breath in. Then as you breathe out, release your head down. Your knees are still in towards you. And then take your knees as far out as they'll go. Take the soles of your feet to face the ceiling for happy baby pose. If it's impossible for you to hold your feet and keep the soles facing the ceiling, take your hands lower down the legs or even behind the knees. And if your chin is jutting up, place your head on a block or a cushion. You've got a lovely long back of the neck. And then use your arms to spread your knees and your legs apart and draw your knees down towards your armpits. Happy baby pose. Breathe. And you may find you want stillness. You may find you want to peel your lower back off the floor a bit. Great for stiff back. Or you might find it just delicious to rock very soothingly from side to side. I'll leave you to decide. One more full breath in. And with the breath out, bring your feet in together. Knees out to the side, pressing the feet together. So your heels are coming as far into the groin as possible. And now you are sticking your sacrum, your lower back against the mat. Breathe. And then if you can, you're going to rock all the way up into a butterfly or come your own way. With your heels about 2 hand spans from the groin. So we're not bringing the heels right into the groin. And your hands are around the ankles or on the shins. If you're slumping, sit up on something. And then breathe and open your chest, brighten in the face. And breathe out, curl your head in towards your heels. And then breathing in, unfurl, make a ripple. Head comes last and breathe out, curl yourself in. And breathe in, open up and ripple. And as you breathe out, come down to stay for 5 full breaths, maybe holding your feet or however works for you. Releasing in the jaw, softening the whole of the back of the body. One more full breath in and a long breath out. And then gently unfurling bone by bone as you reassemble your spine. Head comes last. Draw your knees in towards you. And join me sitting on your feet in a kneeling position. And take your weight forwards onto your hands for a moment as you curl your toes under. You can use your fingers to spread your toes, because yes, we're coming into your favourite thing, your toe stretch. I hope you've all got your socks off. If it's absolutely unbearable to take all your weight back onto your heels, then come forwards a little. And we'll breathe here and send love to the soles of our feet, our plantar fascia. It will thank you. How spacious are you in your mouth and behind your eyes and inside the rest of your skull right now? Breathe. One more full breath in. And then rock forwards onto your hands. Exhale, release your toes. And take a moment just to feel that rush of blood and energy into your toes, and then have a little patter. Sit back, take your hands behind you. And we'll give the front of our feet and on our ankles a little bit of love now. And I know this is really hard for a lot of people. It really varies for me if there's any room for opening. If you're able to lift up your knees, maybe you come down on your forearms. And can you smile and send love into your ankles and the tops of your feet and toes? So good for you. Great way of connecting with the earth energy as we really enliven, we activate the energy around the feet. So used to closing all up in shoes and socks. Breathe here. One more full breath in. And then gently, gently come out. And take a moment. So we didn't stay very long in those ankle and toe stretches, but enough to feel the life there. Taking your hands down, spread your fingers and join me in a downward dog. Take your time, make it delicious. Take a few breaths to walk it out. Feel it as your own practice, completely absorbed in the pose and your body's response to the pose. Breathe. One more full breath in and a long breath out. And then looking in between your hands, step or walk your feet forwards. So we meet in a standing forward fold. You might like to roll your shoulders to your ears and round again a couple of times. Releasing tension in the shoulders, and you can take those rolls in the opposite direction. And then on the next breath in, straighten your legs and lengthen your spine parallel with the floor. And breathe out, fold, navel to the spine, lift the sitting bones, the tops of your thighs up. And as you breathe in, come up halfway again. And as you breathe out, draw yourself down. One more time, inhale. And exhale, come down. And now palms together, breathe in and come all the way up, arms over your head. And breathing out, hands to your heart. Maybe close your eyes and now feel your feet on the earth. And release your arms down by your sides. And as you breathe in and you lift your arms over your head, peel your feet off the floor. Eyes softly fixed in one position. And exhale, come down slowly, heels down, arms down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, come down. This time, inhale, lift to stay up. Breathe, don't hold the breath. One more breath in, and then breathe out gently, release down. Inhale, arms up over your head. And exhale, fold all the way down to hold the back of your calf muscles as you draw yourself down. Keep pushing through your feet as you lift your sitting bones and the tops of your thighs up. And on an inhale, slide your hands up the back of your legs, lift your chest. And exhale, slide back down again, navel to the spine. Inhale, slide your hands up the back, lift your chest. Exhale, slide down, navel to the spine. One more time, inhale, halfway up. Exhale, slide your way down. And now this time, take your hands out in front of you and step your feet wide apart. Heels are out, toes are in. And walk your hands out under your shoulders. Take a full breath in, lovely, long and spacious in the upper body. And exhale, fold. Look in between your legs. Inhale, lift, lovely, long and spacious. Exhale, fold. Last time, inhale, lift. Legs are really strong and engaged here. Exhale, fold. And then from this position, take your left hand underneath your face and your right hand on top of it. As you lean into the right knee, so you bend into the right knee. Left leg is long and strong. Take a breath in here, and on the exhale, twist to the right, lift your right arm. And inhale, bring the right hand down again. And exhale, twist and spin to the right. Inhale, come back down again. Last time, exhale, twist. Really bending into that right knee. And take a couple of breaths here. One more breath in. And as you breathe out, bring your hand to your right hip and take your foot out to face the long end of your mat. Short end of your mat, so sorry. And slowly straighten that front leg and bring yourself delicately into an Utthita Trikonasana triangle pose. And breathe. No over instruction today. Simply enjoy the pose, find it your way. I've had a lot of discipline over the last 6 weeks. Let's just flow and feel the body. Breathe. One more breath in. As you breathe out, look down. Bend into that front knee. And bring yourself up to Virabhadrasana 2, slightly wider stance, heel to instep. You might like to shrug your shoulders, release them, check the alignment of your arms, and find your pose. You can even close your eyes if you like. Feel it from the ground up. We're still working with the earth chakra, the root, the Muladhara. Take a full breath in And then exhale, take your side angle pose. You could take your right hand to the floor or keep your elbow on your knee. And breathe and spin it open. Strong back leg. Pelvic floor engaged. One more breath in. Look down on your breath out and then breathe and propel yourself into a star facing the long end of your mat. And take a couple of breaths to simply explore the relationship between the earth and the sky through this expression of your body. One more breath in. As you breathe out, hands to your hips, heels out, toes in. And gently come down, taking your right hand under your face, your left hand on top of the right hand, and bend into the left knee. Your feet are parallel. Right leg is long and strong. Take a breath in. And then as you breathe out, spin to the left, lift your left arm. Breathe and close back down again. And breathe out, twist. Breathe and come back down again. And breathe out, twist to stay for 3 breaths. A little bit awkward. Find your way, feel your way. One more breath in. And a long breath out. Left hand to the hip as you take your left foot out. And you find your way as delicately and as seamlessly as you can into your Uttita Trikonasana, your triangle pose. And breathe it, feel it from the ground up. Very spacious pose. So good, isn't it? Feel it and notice what happens to your body in this pose. It'll feel different every time you do it. One more breath in. Look down on the breath out, bend into that left knee. Find your way into Warrior 2, rearrange your feet, heel to instep. Maybe a slightly wider stance. Find your pose soft in the shoulders and the throat. You're welcome to try these poses, eyes closed. Breathe. One more breath in. Find your side angle pose, breathe out. Left hand could be to the floor or elbow on the knee. Feel it. Keep pushing into that back foot, and from there expand and breathe. One more breath in. Look down on the breath out, and then from here propel yourself into your star. And take 3 breaths. Earth to sky. One more breath in. Exhale, hands to your hips, heels out, toes in. Take a breath in and expand the buoyancy of your upper body. And from the heart, hinge forwards, hands underneath your shoulders. We've been here before. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold yourself in. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Legs are working hard. Exhale, draw yourself through and in. Last time, inhale and lift and lengthen. And exhale, draw yourself in. Take a couple of breaths here, pulling yourself through your legs if that's right for you. Weight onto the front of your feet. One more full breath in and a long breath out. From your wide angled forward fold, walk your way around into a downward dog. If you're tired tonight, rest in child's pose. If you want to join me, we'll take a vinyasa. Inhale to plank. Exhale, drop your knees and roll over the front of your body. Inhale, activate your back muscles to peel the chest up, head comes last. Exhale, come down. Inhale to all fours, exhale, downward dog. Take a full breath in and out here. And looking in between your hands, walk, step, or maybe even jump your feet forwards. And pushing through your feet, come all the way up, inhale. Exhale, hands to your heart, and again, take note of how you're feeling here. And with your hands to your hips, look down at your left foot to spread the toes. You might like to lift your heel off the floor and then plant the foot back down again. Turn your right knee out. We're taking Vrksasana tree pose, all looking from the third eye, from behind the eyes. Your right heel can come anywhere up the right leg, just don't place it into the knee socket. I'm opting to keep my foot on the floor today. Feel the ground through the left foot, and when you're ready, inhale, lift your arms up. Palms could be together or apart. Eyes steady, come to your breath. Breathe. We're still on the Muladhara, still on the earth chakra. Root down through that standing foot, grow roots and then blossom upwards. One more breath in, and then on the breath out, gently release yourself from the pose. Look at your right foot, spread your toes. So all that toe stretching we did before is excellent for this now. Plant the right heel down, take the left knee out. Right heel comes anyway up the left heel comes anyway up the leg except the knee joint, please. Find your pose, the place to set your gaze. Lift your arms, breathe in. And stay a few breaths, finding that silence, that spaciousness in the pose. Keep rooting down through the right foot and find the rebound. One more breath in. And then breathe out gently, release. And take a moment to feel the body. And only now do we explicitly come into the area of our pelvis and hips. Take your feet slightly further apart and begin to circle in the hips, really fluid, really watery, really relaxed. There's nowhere to go, just feel all dimensions of the pelvis inside and out. Breathe. And then take your pelvic circles in the opposite direction. You'll feel the weight moving from hip to hip, from foot to foot. Breathe. And then take a moment, bringing your feet closer together. And breathe in, lifting your arms up over your head. And breathe out, fold. And breathe into a flat back. And breathe out, step the right foot back and bring the knee down. On a breath in, roll the shoulders back, reach forwards with the heart. And on a breath out, draw that left hip back, straighten the leg, pull your toes towards you. As you breathe in, rock forwards again and sweep your arms up. As you breathe out, hands come down, draw the left hip back, toes towards you. As you breathe in, rock forwards, interlace your hands behind your back and open the chest. And breathe out, release. Left toes come towards you. Inhale, rock forwards. And now lift the right knee. And exhale here as you drop into the hips, but really firing up that back leg and brightening in the chest. One more breath in. Exhale, join me in a downward dog. You can stay here, you can rest in child, or ripple forwards to plank with me. Inhale. Exhale, drop your knees, your chest and your chin. And on an inhale, push your knees away, chest forwards. Activate the back muscles to lift the chest and the head up. And exhale, come back down. Inhale to all fours. Exhale, downward dog. Take a full breath in and out. And looking in between your hands, walk, step or jump your feet forwards. And come all the way up, arms over your head. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back, open heart. Exhale, left leg comes back, the knee comes down. Soften the shoulders, the back of the ribs. Inhale, rock forwards, bright heart. Exhale, right hip and toes draw back. Inhale, rock forwards, sweep your arms over your head. Exhale, hands down, draw back, Ardha Hanumanasana, half monkey. Inhale, rock forwards, interlace your hands, open your chest. And exhale, release. Draw that hip and toes back. And then inhale, rocking forwards, lift the back knee. Take a few breaths to really feel into this runner's lunge, strong back leg. One more breath in. Meet me in a downward dog. Either to rest in child, breathe in dog, or ripple forwards to your plank. You can come down one of the ways we did before, or come down halfway, your upper arms parallel with the floor to hover. If you have the strength, push into the heels of your hands Come into an upward dog. So only your toes and the hands are touching the floor. You could equally be in a cobra. Take a breath in and lift your heart to your throat. And then meet me in a downward dog. Exhale. Take a full breath in and out here. And then looking towards your hands now, bring your feet around your hands. We're coming into Malasana, coming into squat. So take your toes out, feet a bit wider apart than usual. If it's impossible for you to keep your heels on the floor, then place them on a block or roll up the mat behind you. Because you want to be able to drop down into your feet. You can wriggle around a bit like this, from side to side. In terms of safety, looking after your knees, it's important that your knees are in line with your toes. Hands together. Maybe use your upper arms to push the legs apart, heels of your hands pressing. And then maybe close your eyes and feel how there's a pouring down through the base of the body and a brightening and a lightening in the chest, out through the top of the head. Soft in the mouth. Breathe. Three more breaths. One more full breath in. And then exhale, release, bring your weight forwards. And you're going to simply join me kneeling, hands on your thighs, to take a moment to feel the body. Hope you're feeling good. And we're moving up now into the area of the solar plexus. As you breathe in, come up high. Slight back bend maybe, but nothing too much. Strong in the abdomen. As you breathe out, thread your arms behind you, palms facing up. Forehead comes down. Breathe in, sweep up again. And breathe out, thread yourself through. Breathe in, come up again. And breathe out, come through. Last time, breathe in, come up. And we're going to come down to rest in child. So if you're able, with your arms behind you, to bring your forehead to the mat, that's well and good. But if you're not, try taking your knees wider apart and maybe bring your hands under your forehead. And then settle in to soften the shoulders, the throat and the forehead and the palms of your hands. Breathe. At the top of the next inhalation, pause. Open your mouth and exhale. Take two more. One more. And you're welcome to stay resting in child, or to slide your hands forwards, come into a downward dog for a vinyasa. Rippling forwards to plank. And choosing one of the three ways we've been coming down, your way. Choosing whether you take a cobra or an upward dog. And meet me in a downward dog. And then whether you're in child or dog, looking forwards and stepping your feet forwards to come down to sitting. Hands on your knees, feet on the floor. And I'm interested here in a straight spine and an opening across the collarbones and the chest. Gather in around the area of the navel and the solar plexus and inhale. And as you exhale, come through to half Navasana boat and breathe here. Soft in the face, resolute, compact in the abdomen, navel to the solar plexus. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, roll forwards. You could cross your legs just to release the tension. And we come back again either to that version, half version, or maybe you straighten your legs and breathe in your full Navasana. Try not to tense up in the throat, the neck and the shoulders, and smile. One more breath in as you breathe out, cross your feet and roll forwards. Can you take one more version? I'm going to stay here. You could take the half version, the full version, or you could even take your arms past your ears as you lift your legs. I said I was going to stay there and I'm coming back. 5 breaths, whichever version you're in. One more breath in. And as you breathe out, rock forwards and we'll come to our butterfly. Feet out in front. That lovely length of 2 spans of the hands from the groin to the heels. Find your sitting bones and take a full breath in, bright heart. And then reach, 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 reach forwards as you exhale and come down. And settle into your butterfly for 5 of the deepest breaths you've yet taken. Where can you let go now? One more full breath in and a long breath out. And then gently straighten your arms, lift your chest, reassemble your spine. Bring your knees in. And with that engagement of your abdomen, draw yourself back towards the mat without taking your hands down if possible. Take a moment to enjoy the back body on the floor, bringing your knees in towards you. A little bit of a hug, a little bit of a rock around. And then taking your arms out to the sides, palms are facing down. We're going to take core twists, which means that our knees don't touch the floor. So we're really activating our oblique muscles, the sides of the abdomen, coming in towards the solar plexus. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, knees come to the left without touching the floor, your eyes to the right. Press down the palms of your hands. Inhale, lift, head to neutral. Exhale, knees to the right, eyes to the left, don't touch the floor. You can pause here a moment to feel it. And then keep moving or staying for a few breaths on each side. Still feel on the Manipura, the fire element in our practice. Fire it up, stoke that fire. And take one more round to each side, please. And when you're coming up from the right, use your hands to draw your knees in towards you and have a little massage over your lower back. Little rock from side to side. And we are going to come back to our happy baby again. Knees wide apart, hold the feet or lower down the legs. Long in the back of the neck, and take some deep breaths as you release deep now into the abdomen, dropping to the spine. And of course, we're still working the lower body here. Breathe. How are you feeling? How are you feeling now compared to when you began? Keep noticing. Take a full breath in. And then as you breathe out, bring your knees in towards you and roll yourself either to the side, all the way back over into a downward dog. Beautiful. Feel the body here. Take 3 full breaths wherever you are. And then looking in between your hands, walk, step or jump your feet forwards into a standing forward fold. And inhale, straighten your legs, lift your heart, long spine. Exhale, hands to your hips. And now push through your feet. Inhale, come all the way up. Lovely. We come to the heart space with your feet well planted. Breathe in and lift up, float up. And breathe out, come down. Maybe you're still breathing Ujjayi, arms by your sides. And breathe and float up. Can you feel your skin in your ribs? Exhale, come down. Can you take 3 more rounds in your own time? Filling your lungs, filling your chest cavity. And then coming to the top of your next breath in. And exhale, pouring forwards. Inhale to flat back. Exhale, step back to your downward dog. And take a full buoyant breath in here. And breathe out, drop your knees with your hips right over the knees. We're coming into Anahatasana, heart melting pose. If you know that this is really difficult for you to stretch your arms out, bring your hands under your forehead. And the important point is to keep your your hips over the knees as you melt the heart down, chin to the floor or forehead to the floor. If you're able to, stretch your arms out and find how far apart you want your arms to be. This is to do with how tight you are in the shoulders. I personally hold on to the outer edges of my mat and then melt the heart down. And you'll be on your forehead, your chin, or maybe your chest is on the floor. And breathe. And really, really do what it says on the tin and melt your heart. Back, front and sides, top and bottom. without any pain, without any strain. Three more breaths. One more breath. And bring yourself to your forehead. Draw your forearms in so they're about shoulder distance apart and parallel. And slowly bring the weight forwards and slide your knees back into a sphinx, which should feel really lovely now after that heart-melting pose. If it doesn't and you're crunching in the lower back, take your elbows out and come down a notch. Otherwise, brighten in the chest. You can always lift up your lower legs if you want more sensation in the back. And take 5 breaths here. Heart space. Anahata. Working with the element of air. Take a full breath in. And then breathing out, come all the way down onto one cheek with your arms down by your sides, palms facing down. Bring your legs together. We're coming into bow pose, Dhanurasana, which is not for everybody. If you're able to, bend up your knees and you can reach for your feet. If you can't reach your feet, just press, lift your arms off the floor and reach behind you to peel the chest up. Otherwise, reach for the feet. We're only going to do one. And keep the knees stuck in together. You might be able to even flex your feet and take your forehead to the floor. And wriggle around a little bit to find a little bit of space between the shoulders. And when you're ready, inhale and come up on the exhale. Maybe you can really push your feet or your ankles into your hands as you pull. Maybe you can brighten the chest, open the throat, and we'll take 5 more breaths. You can rock. Strong legs to pull you into this pose. One more full breath in. And then release. And rest your other cheek on the floor. Arms by your sides. And come to the top of an inhalation, pause and exhale, mouth open. Take a couple more like that. When you're ready, come to your forehead, hands by your ribs, and simply push yourself up to join me on your knees for camel pose. Our final back bend, our final heart opening pose. And again, we do it once and you have different options. If you're nervous about coming back into the full pose, keep your hands on your lower back and explore the back bend this way. Remember to draw your inner thighs in towards each other, lift the pubic bone, and this will protect your lower back, which is under quite a lot of duress in this pose. So we need that strength. You could curl your toes under. You could have your feet flat. If you're coming with me for the full pose, lift one arm and reach back to the heel, and then the other. And then explore that really full opening in the chest as you take your pelvis forwards. Thighs drawing in. This is to protect the knees also. Maybe your chin's into your chest, maybe you take it back. And breathe it open. Only according to your own needs right now. One more full breath in. Strong core to bring you up, bring your head back last. And now sit down. Sit on your heels. Palms on your thighs and close your eyes to feel the body. Notice the breath. And bring your attention to the throat and the neck. And as you inhale, lift your chin slightly. And as you exhale, chin into the chest. Very delicate work on the neck. Please be delicate. Inhale, lift. Exhale, chin into the chest. Inhale, lift. Exhale, head to neutral. Take a breath in here. Exhale, look over your right shoulder very softly. Inhale to the front. Exhale, look to the left. Inhale to the front. Exhale to the right. Inhale to the front. Exhale to the left. Inhale to the front and exhale, drop your chin into the chest again. And then roll your head very lazily round so that your right ear and your right shoulder come together. And you take your eyes up to the left, dropping the left shoulder. Breathe into the left side of the neck. Take a full breath in. And then roll your head back down in front of you, round to the left. Ear and shoulder towards each other, look to the right. Drop your right shoulder and breathe. One more breath in and a long breath out. Roll your head back down so your chin is into your chest. And then lightly bring your skull up on top of your spine. Feel the body. And we're going to come into our versions of shoulder stand that we practiced last week. We haven't got long. If you know that you have any issues with your neck at all or shoulders, please lie flat on the floor and take your legs up a wall, or take your legs onto a chair and come into this very restful, restorative version of shoulder stand. If you want to come into the full pose, please remember that last week we worked with blankets. I haven't actually got mine immediately to hand, but I asked you to raise about 4 blankets on the floor. I'm going to just cheat a little bit here. And the idea is that we have a shoulder stand and not a neck stand. So we're keeping the neck free. Please don't move your head from side to side when you're in the pose. And when you settle on the elevation of your blanket, keep your shoulders about 10 centimeters away from the edge and free up your head and neck. And then from here, maybe you can push yourself up, take your hands to your lower back. I'm going to stay in a half version. Please don't move your head from side to side. If you want to come into the full version, you walk your hands up your back, straightening out the body. Pointing your toes and really reaching the skin of the legs upwards as you draw the shoulder blades in together. So as I said, you have to be very careful of your necks. Please choose the option that works for you and come into slowing down the breath, whichever version you're in. Maybe even elongating, lengthening the exhalations. If you're very confident and you know these poses, these inversions, you might want to come over into halasana, where you take your feet to the floor behind your head. This is a real massage for the thyroid gland, really closing and then compressing the throat. But only do that if you're confident and comfortable. Five more breaths. And when you're ready to come out, if you're on a chair or on the wall, just bring your knees in and roll over. If you're in a shoulder stand with the blanket, come down bone by bone and lift your head with you so you don't strain the neck, and actually come all the way up and drape yourself over your knees. And take a few breaths here. Feeling the muscles up and down the spine, the neck. And from here we take the perfect counter pose, Matsyasana, fish. So if you'd like to, we'll take it lying flat on our backs first today. Come all the way down, knees bent. And place your hands underneath your bottom, your lower back. And if you can, you're going to roll your upper arms under to make a bit of a shelf, and you squeeze the shoulder blades. And then from here, lift the chest, come onto the top of your head, and maybe the soles of your feet together, your knees are out to the side, or maybe it's easier to have your legs extended. And really feel now this opening in the throat. It's the opposite from shoulder stand. Opening in the throat, opening in the chest, and breathe fully and expansively. Three more full breaths. One more full breath in, and then gently slide your head away behind you as you settle yourself back down. Release your hands from underneath you. And you're ready for your Shavasana, which will allow us into the spaciousness behind the eyes, inside the skull, out through the top of the head. Make sure you're comfortable, and you could always do this as a seated meditation if you prefer. I'd like you to make sure that the back of your neck is as long as possible. So I'm actually lifting my skull off the floor and pulling the skin over the skull slightly before settling it down again. Of course, you could have your head lifted onto a cushion if you wanted. And then allow your palms up, your feet out to the side. And take a moment here. And I just hope you're feeling as good as I'm feeling. Notice what you feel. Notice the gentle pulsing of physical sensations throughout the body. And those points of contact with the body, from the floor, from the air, from your clothes or a blanket. And notice the quality of your breath. And then bring your attention to your lower jaw, allowing it to become really heavy, so heavy that it actually drops away from the upper jaw and your mouth opens a little. You might like to take your fingertips to the tissues just beneath your earlobes. Have a little massage here, feeling where the jaws meet, feeling the muscles that you use to chew, where we clench. You can do that for a while. You might release your hands. And allow the tip of your chin to become really heavy. And your upper lip to become really heavy. And your tongue to drop into the floor of your mouth and spread smooth and wide like a banana leaf. Breathe. And your attention comes up through the soft palate of the roof of your mouth, up behind your nasal cavities to the space behind your eyes, about level with your eyebrows, inside the brain. And for the remaining part of this relaxation, feeling a pocket of space between this area behind the eyes and the very roof of your head, the crown of your head. And softening all the tissues of your face and skull. And you are, of course, welcome to stay as long as you like. Keep letting go. Keep observing. Or you may find it's just delicious to come for a few minutes in a seated meditation. Or if you're coming out with me, beginning to take a few slightly deeper breaths. Feeling the rise and fall of your abdomen with the breath. And introducing any little movements to the body that feel right to you. Stretches. Maybe rolling around a little bit on your back, knees into your chest. Until you're ready to roll over to one side. You can meet me, eyes closed in a seated position. Hands together in front of the heart space. And beginning to rub your hands together quite vigorously. And taking the heat generated over your eyes, breathe it in. As you feel the rest of your body sitting here. And open and close your eyes a few times into the darkness of your palms. Before you keep them open and you slide your fingers down your face, letting in the light. Namaste, everybody. Thank you very, very much for joining me.